Homer, what's up? Oh shit. Oh shit. How you doing tonight, Homer? Ah shit, man. Bro's going to bed. I ain't got shit to do. I'm a little litty. So I'm gonna hang out a little bit. What's up, Kev? What's up, Ray? How you doing, man? Chilling, man. Chilling. I feel you. I ain't doing shit. The elusive tuna. That's right. Yeah, bro's about to go to bed. I'm chilling. Figured I'd go live. I was actually gonna go live like fucking 2 hours ago, but Adventure 50 and Stevie was live, so I was like, I'll just finish out watching some stuff with the bro, taking out the trash. I feel you. Got to do it. But yeah, I was gonna go for sure go live like an hour ago, and then I seen Stevie was live, and I was like, what the fuck, man? It's supposed to be on Thursdays, Bizzo. But yeah, I just figured I'd fucking tune in and see what's up. I ain't got shit going on. See what's popping with everybody. People are hanging out. I'll hang out. If not, well, I'll fuck off then. You know. This thing's pretty funky. Honestly, I haven't played with it that much. I'm about to send it back to Maz, but it's cool. It's called the Thruck. And it's real smooth. It's on bearings. A little thick, a little thin for my liking. It's called the Thrush, homie, by This is leaving my brain right now. What the fuck is the name of this person? But it's called a Thruck, like truck with an H. It's very smooth. I mean, it's on bearings, so it really can't not be. I kind of hate on bearings because you can have a lot more loose tolerances with bearings and make it fucking feel right than you can with washers. Some kind of a hater. And I don't really care about drop shotty, even though my knives are. I don't want to hurt me. Drop shotty. Maz, what's up? I was just playing with your Thrush, man. It's a cool ass blade, man. Like super, super fucking useful. You know what I mean? Like I haven't used it, but very, very utilitarian shape. Feel me? Why does it do that? It just goes right back. Paul, my bad. I meant to say hi. What up, dude? Oil rags. Hold on, what I miss? I did not see Mayberry Customs. I did not see that, but I ain't got no oily rags though. Really, I'll be fucking with that. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice. It's thin for my liking. I don't like that. I am not a fan of contoured knives at all. Like, I'd rather have chamfers. Studs are a little big, a little long. I mean, obviously, action is fantastic. Lockup's great. I mean, lockup's like 4,000%, which is a little weird. But aside from those few things, it's funky. I like it in ways. Would I buy it? No. For all of the reasons stated and standoffs. I fucking hate standoffs. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, it's a fantastic working knife for sure. Shut up, cat. Paul, I don't fucking know, man. It's like the first black tie Damascus I've done, man. I would assume, yeah, just clean it with some Windex or something. Really couldn't tell you. But yeah, super fun knife, super useful shape. It's like a chef knife, but like exaggerated. It's crazy. But yeah, overall, it's not my gig. Overall hand feel, look, stuff like that. It's just not my personal gigs. But yeah, it's fantastic as far as build quality and action. Most definitely. I'm also not a fan of rock or Anzo patterning. Well, Anzo more so than rock because it's a little more exact and symmetrical. Rock pattern's a little too loose for me. Like the fact, and it's the nature of the style, but like just the fact that like certain parts of the edge of the frame are like thicker or thinner. My brain does not fucking like that, dude. So like I can't build like that. Demonoc, what up, dude? I do not know what's going on here. Merceau. Hey, Donnie and everyone. What's up, dude? I mean, like, Anno is Anno, but, like, it's just cleaning it. I mean, what do you mean by take care of it? I don't even know what that means. My shit goes in a beer box with a bunch of other knives. Because I don't give a fuck. I got to sort out all my shirts and hoodies tomorrow. People started paying me. Put up a post. Keep it nice. Yeah, I can't be owning nice things, man. I'd be fucking shit up. That's why I don't be like using stuff. Despite what Merceau thinks. I really don't know how I fucked up Merceau's. I had to open something that had like a staple in it or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's why we don't be using people's shit that they send me. Because I'll fuck it up. But yeah, anybody tuning in? Arnie's going to bed. I'm kind of lit. Didn't want to scroll through Netflix, so I figured I'd fucking tune in, see what's fucking popping. I don't really got anything cool to talk about. I did finish up this pry bar for Titanium Justin of his own design. I think he's going to have it like in a little slip, like as a pocket dropper kind of thing. A little jig to action. Yeah, his design, I built it. I made one failed attempt. This was closer to the original specs, but I put this line in it, and that should not have been there, but that was my own mistake. I actually like the jigging on this one more, even though it's less consistent. I think that's why I like it. but he wanted to widen it out a little bit, so the newer one is a little bit wider up here and a little bit thinner. This is closer to his spec. He wanted 185, so like 3/16. This one's like 220, so almost quarter. But yeah, so he'll be showing this off soon. But that's Lou. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, this is Ty Justin's design. I think he's gonna want to put it in like a small little sheath for like a pocket dropper. Lute, you're in here. Lute's been helping me get exact parameters on my design for my Ripley and soon to be my other models. So he's been helping me with some CAD work. And this is the fruits of Lute's labor. Couple things I got to update on this one. Like we changed the backspacer a little bit with some more meat on the inside. And the clip will be angled up a little bit more to match the to be parallel with the frame or whatever. But how fucking cool is that I can just 3D print this and it's like my shit. I'm fucking like kind of nerdy excited about it. I'll be able to eventually, when I get some money up and I can afford to buy parts, be able to put out some like mid-techs, you know, where I get all my parts made, like every part, and then I just finish them out. You know what I mean? Be able to get them out to you slightly cheaper than $1,000 fucking dollars. Todd Carr, what's up, dude? Good evening. Also, yes, 3D printers are fucking cool, man. I didn't really see the light 5-6 years ago when Ernie was getting into it, and he definitely made me realize the crazy potential of having one, prototyping, other random shit you can make and do. But yeah, it's just, I didn't fucking grind any of this out. It's just like, I just printed it out and it's my shit. Oh, it's super fun, man. Luke, we've talked about this. Appreciate you so much, man. I am giddy like a fucking school child with this fucking thing, man. Just the fact that I know, I can now confidently like send my design to somebody and I don't gotta like question whether it's gonna get made right because I have exact fucking specs. It's a turning point for me, really. I mean, that sounds cliche and dumb, but this is a springboard to possible keeping me going in this craft, keeping me making a living, and just opening up new shit. Me being able to get stuff out faster, possible mid-techs, despite whether I use it for just getting some shit water jetted or wire EDM'd, or whether I have like some mid-tech stuff going on where everything's damn near finished and ready to bolt together, aside from some surface finishes versus me, paying somebody to maybe do like a high-end production like US run. I wouldn't do any of my cool shit overseas. Now, I'm not saying I won't do some designs for overseas. That's still in future plans. I have other designs that are more androgynous and or common looking, if you will, that I wouldn't mind having done by some random fucking company wherever, but I will never make this in overseas production. If this ever ends up at production hype, it will be here and it will still be fucking, probably not cheap, but sorry, I'm yapping. I'm not looking at the chat. Demonock, yeah, dude, it's fucking dope. Paul, we can probably work that out. Yeah, Loot, it has been a cool process, man. It's gonna be super awesome for me. Just to speed up processes and be able to get more stuff out and actually make a living and not fucking feel like I'm drowning. You know what I mean? I mean, despite my book spots that I have ahead of me and said quality of work, I'm still not. I still can't make true ends meet yet by doing only book spots. Feel me? So like I'm still working on speeding up whether it's rando drops of my own design and or not design but configuration. Whether it's like some plain Janes or whatever. It doesn't even fucking matter. But yeah, it'll help me continue to do this and be able to put out enough to make a living and continue to do my full custom work and not have to sweat it. Which I'm stoked about. Because I really don't want to go back to tattooing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, Loot. And Loot, don't worry, you're first in line to get a full. So I haven't drilled out these new pieces you sent today. This still got the micro holes or whatever. But I'll do that tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll all be good because we sorted it out. Then Ernie's going to print me some plastic pins for all of it, and then I'll be able to put a couple together and put them out for fun. I'm going to give you one, obviously. I thought that would be super cool. Really, Luke, dude, you should find someone that's got a 3D printer and print one of every model that you've done most of the work on as far as the CAD goes. And you should have like a little shelf of 3D printed fucking knives, man. That would be sick. Todd Carr, fucking 100, dude. Yeah, I got plans to put out some fixies, in like smaller 1020 drops and pry bars about the same. I could put out a bunch of pry bars fast. So I'm going to start kind of, fishing for interest on certain fixed blade designs I might want to do. For sure, there's going to be like a Ripley / Newt design fixed blade. But I got a fuck ton of design, so I'll put up some posts and figure it out. Priority of what I'll put out, you know what I mean? Loot, I feel you, man. Ernie is pretty fucking savvy at this point. I started off with a pretty DIY one that was short lived, and then he got an Ender 2, and he had that for fucking, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years. Did a bunch of upgrades to it. I mean, it wasn't really the same machine towards the end. And then now he's got a Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon. Oh, now it doesn't want to work? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so he's got his little 4-reel hopper up top. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Tomas, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, dude. So like that's what's gonna end up being for money and stuff. Obviously, so I closed my books, but y'all, I took on a lot of book spots, man. So like I was and am still trying to make this work as a living. I don't want to go back to tattooing. I can, and I can do other things too, probably, but I don't want to fucking do that. But the book spots will not sustain me alone due to the amount of time they take. I know I've explained this 1,000 times. I sound redundant, but so I have to do things other in between, and that sucks because I'm already slow and always behind, and that just makes custom book spots take fucking longer. But I don't really have any way around that. So I will continuously and adamantly work on custom book spots, but there will be plenty of shit on the interim, like in between, pry bars, fixies, random folder drops, other shit. Otherwise, I can't fucking live. And people who are on my books and might be sour about that and or pissed off or just don't want to wait or whatever form of irked one may feel with that as far as time is concerned, I do fully understand that. And I don't take money up front. I don't take money from my book spots. I don't take no deposits or nothing. So, like, as much as my personal morals and obligations to my, supporters weigh me one way or the other, it sucks that the full customs or whatever book spots are going to end up taking longer. But there's no way around that. You know what I mean? I was talking to another up and coming maker today. I'll keep it ambiguous, just not your business. But I was just like, if y'all know, you know. I was like, dude, do not take book spots. I know he was thinking about it, or not even thinking about it, but he was hemming and hawing about it. Didn't really know the direction he wanted to go. And I think I helped sway him to not do that because it's a lot of pressure. And not only the pressure, it's just the fact that you can't really like get out from under the threshold while you're doing it. Especially while coming up and learning. Like now that I'm almost 2 years in, it's a slightly different story. But for the homie, just make what you want, man. People buy it, and Tomas knows what I'm talking about for sure. But I appreciate you for protection, anyways. For my bill, I feel you, man. You all know, man. I'm a poor kid. I don't be buying fucking folders of the caliber that I make. Yeah, Bob. That's the other thing, dude. I ain't putting out some mediocre shit like Paul Mills. Dude, all right. So he waited an exorbitant amount of time due to some bullshit on mostly like me waiting for materials and some other shit. But even so, dude, like I remade his fucking side backspacers fucking twice. I did a bunch of shit several times. I made 2 different clips for it. Like I'm not gonna put out some shit I'm not fucking thrilled about. You know what I mean? So you don't ever have to worry about that, man. Like I am never going to put out some mediocre shit. Now, granted, my shit is not perfect, and issues may arise or whatever. But like, if the shit is not how I'm feeling it, then I won't fucking send it out till it is. You know what I mean? On the go at one time, Todd. So, and that's one of the things that's gotten me to the point of everything I've just been talking about. This last run that I did, I was working on like 5 or 6 customs at one time, plus like 2 fixies and a couple pry bars. And it was just too much at one time, man. Due to the nature of the customs, there's just too many different operations at once. I can't really, like, even though I'm working on 6 at a time, it's like individual. I'm working on this one this day. I'm working on this one the next day, this one the next day, like all at the same time. But like, because they're so different, there's so many different operations. I can't really batch them like I could if I was just doing like 8 plain Janes. Feel me? Like I could build like 8 fucking plain Janes faster. I can build 5 customs. Feel me? So, and I'm learning all that shit. You know what I mean? Like last year, didn't know if I could even make this a business. This year, I'm trying to figure out how to keep it a business without fucking going under and fucking myself over. You know what I mean? So it's a fucking wild ride. It's cool, and I'm down for it. But it's new to me. I had it pretty easy with my tattoo life. I didn't have to promote myself. The shop had a name. The fact that I came up there and learned right and did good work meant that I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to do shit. And now I have to do shit. And, it's a learning curve. Probably end up losing some fucking customer base before I gain some. Pocket Metal, did you vote for Dukakis? Because you can go suck a fuck. I got all that shit in. I haven't sorted it out yet, though. But I already need to make another order. So anybody that I did fuck over and possibly not order for, that will be soon to come. Top. I was going to say it's a one-man operation. I would have guessed 2 or 3 max anytime for the full result. Yeah, and that was one of the other problems with this last couple months that I did. I took on too much at once, and it really, really fucked up my time schedule. Now, granted, I was waiting like 2 to 3 weeks, multiple different times for some supplies, and that fucked up like a month of my life. With the rest of it, was just like I took on too much at once, man. I didn't know I couldn't do that. Sometimes you gotta race. Now I feel you, Demonoc. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. But and as much as I want to make similarities, or make it akin to tattooing, I didn't have the same kind of mentorship in this as I did in tattooing. So despite a lot of help that I've had from some great makers, there is a lot of just figuring out what the fuck I'm doing, and not even necessarily making, but business wise on this craft. And it's cool. It's just weird. It's new. Who the fuck likes new? But yeah, so I'm going to be starting to ship out all that shit this week on the new Laser Ghost stuff. Can I get a Laser Ghost tattoo with my knife? Bob. Not legally, probably. You have to buy the needles. You have to buy me some needles, some disposable tubes, and some pigment. I got my machines, man, but I have a fucking box of probably 1,500 to 2,000 needles of different varieties. And, they're all gas sterilized when they were new, but now they're 6 years old, and I don't have an autoclave. So they're just going to sit around. So yeah, if you want a fucking Laser Ghost tattoo, you're going to have to... All right, Lou, you have a good night, man. I'll talk to you soon, homie. Appreciate you. Yeah, you're going to have to get me needles, tubes, and pigment. I mean, luckily it's a Laser Ghost, so you really only need black and red. We can make it work, though. Hey, hold on, Bob. You need to back it up a couple paces, man. I ain't no scratcher, motherfucker. My license has just now legally expired. I don't believe in that shit. Well, I do believe in scratchers because scratchers are a piece of shit, but I don't believe in tattoo legislature to an extent. You can almost do that. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't really believe in having a government body governing the tattoo realm. I don't really believe in that. However, sanitarily speaking, I do support it in ways, even though there's plenty of ways to get around a lot of that stuff. So I know a lot of shops still aren't adhering to standards that we would adhere to. Pocket Metal. You got to eat at 10 p.m. All right. Good night. Demon X got needles and ink. All right. Still got to. I mean, still got to get some tubes though, man. I'm gonna need some disposable tubes. I got some tubes laying around, but they're all stainless. I ain't got no autoclave. But yeah, y'all want to fucking organize a tattoo party in Atlanta next year? I know Gnarly Charlie. I don't know if y'all know him. He's a weird skateboarder dude. He's gonna be down there. He said we could party. I mean, that's probably the spot to do it at, y'all. Todd Carr, dude, you ain't wrong, man. So the owner of my tattoo shop, who opened it in '88, technically his dad opened it in like '87, but he took over shortly after. He ended up with fucking hepatitis. Not from tattooing, from living a life of fucking drug use and other shit. But yeah, dude. So despite that, dude, I mean, we had fucking damn near surgical standards in our shop, bro. Like way, way, way before any legislation or licensing was even like thought about. You know what I mean? Like that's why I never went to another tattoo shop my entire life. You know, that's why I made friends with these dudes. Like they knew what they were doing. The work was good. The work was clean. The shop was clean, despite them mostly all being pieces of shit. Very professional on the cleanliness. Feel me? Yeah, man. I mean, if you got a fucking autoclave, fuck yeah, dude. I fucking hate this. I mean, you know, disposable tubes fucking blow anyway. I can make them work, but I mean, there ain't nothing like an old school fucking stainless tube, especially the old school like real small ones. You know, like 3-needle like tight liner or like smaller tubes. You don't get those with fucking disposables, man. Jesse, cheers, bro. I need to load up. Shit. Homer, it really depends on how I have it done. So I have had a few things water jetted. But my problem is because I don't do CAD yet or not proficiently enough to like send them in my own shit. I'm at the mercy of random companies basically just tracing my shit and sending me fucking water jets. Feel me? So there's always a lot of fucking shit that's off, or like, you know, like up until Lutz worked with me, the last couple of places I had a couple things water jetted through. Like this track versus the pivot, like the circles, feel me? This versus the frame, like they weren't concentric, so I would have to like grind the blade more or like move my stop pins, and like it was all fucked up. Because, well, I'll name drop now. Fuck them. New Jersey Steel Baron, despite them being like one of the most fucking known businesses working with knife people, fucking suck. Roger Baker got to go to bed, work early in the morning. Later, Roger. Thanks for tuning in, G. Communication was fucking shit. The fucking designs they were sending me were fucking off and shit. And I wasted a bunch of money through them, like a bunch of money, like a lot. And then I went to this other person who, this house eats shit. I swear, I love it. And then I went to this other company who I met these people at Blade Show, and they're talking about how they do laser cutting, but they do these cooled lasers and very minimal, like, you know, heat affected zones, blah, 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 blah. And they were like better with the fucking help with the CAD shit, because I had to start all over again with them, you know what I mean? Like, but the shit was still off and weird, and they didn't really know about knives, which is fucking weird to me. You know what I mean? Like they would do shit, and I'm like, no, it has to be like this. I'm like, oh, we don't know. And I'm like, dude, you said you fucking know about this shit. So now that I will have proper fucking representation as far as CAD goes, it will save me a lot of time. But again, depending on how I get them cut out. Water jet, still a lot of profile cleanup, which is what this is built for. So this is canted down a little bit, as you can see, because my stop is a little shy of where I need it for water jet purposes, because they can't cut them out perfectly like a CNC. Like it can't be a finished product. So there's certain things. That's why like the backspacer is like oversized and too long. As you see, it clips the flipper tab. But that's because I trimmed them to shape, and some of them won't have flipper tabs, so I still want the long backspacer. Feel me? So there's just like a bunch of shit that goes into it. But this will be what I could get water jetted. All the holes come undersized. So as you can see in this, like there's barely fucking a hole in that, and then I drill them out two size. But I'm also going to have Lute after we're finalizing everything. I'm going to have him do a fully finished one, where if I printed it out, the open spot would be where it needs to be. This stuff would line up fully. The closed spot would be a little deeper. The backspacer would be shorter all around, blah, 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 because that way I can have them wiry EDM'd, which is the way they cut things out with like this crazy fucking underwater. It's like a super thin wire. Looks like a laser. And they cut it out that way, and it's super fucking exact. And when I do that, that will save me an insane amount of time. So yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of potential coming up that just needs to be realized. And then when it is realized for the potential, then I just got to be able to afford to buy a run, because, a lot of places have minimums. If I want to get just a bunch of shit water jetted, that's not that crazy. It's going to be like $5 to $8 for like each piece that gets water jetted out. You know what I mean? If I do wire EDM, it will be more like $30 to $40 for each piece that gets cut out. But at that point, they're so perfect that the cleanup on the profile, etc., is so minimum that you're saving even like exponentially more time. Paul, yeah, man, we'll talk about it. We'll get you one, man. You can check it out. It's not really a better knife, but Wire EDM, Todd Carr, for sure. It is damn near like, I mean, you're like hitting the fucking, you're hitting the edges with like a 400 grit belt versus like actually shaping it with a 120 and then moving up to 220 and like finishing out. You know what I mean? Water jet is fucking dirty brown water trash compared Bob Tism. If you're a Workaholics fan, you understand the reference. If you don't, water jet next laser cut or plasma cut is like the most crude you can get something cut out. And then you go to laser, which that can be kind of crude, especially for steel, because it leaves like a heat affected zone. Like it basically like case hardens the edges of it. Not a big deal with the titanium, but with the steel, plasma is not great. And then you go to laser, and then you have normal laser, which leaves a slightly straighter edge than water jet. So water jet, because it is water pressure and abrasive, it squirts out. So there's always an angle to the cut. You know what I mean? Like the edge will always have like an angle to it. The laser can get slightly straighter, Still have the heat affected zone, but less than the plasma. Nowadays, they have CO2 cooled lasers, which have much less heat affected zone than the lasers or than the plasma, but still slight angle. And then you have water jet, which has no heat affected zone, but is always kind of a rough angled edge. Definitely got to clean it up with 120 grit belt and then move into higher shit. And you have to leave a little extra on everything so that you can make up for that cleanup. Um, and then wire EDM, which is damn near perfect. Brian Kim, Transparent Knives, he gets his reblades wire EDM'd. So he has the same lockup on everything. You know what I mean? That's how good it is. But then, like, yeah, multi-axis CNC, then you're basically getting a finished product. You know what I mean? That's all the tiers. You know what I mean? And it just gets more expensive for the less work you have to do in the end for the shit you're paying for. Tomas, for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, like plasma cutters are cool for many, many, many applications. But for like folder knife work, nah. You want to make a run of fucking folders for cheap? Sure, dude. Cut them out fucking wide with a plasma, grind some shit off. Cool. Uh, but yeah, no, baptism for sure, man. I'm still trying to learn, man. Shit. Uh, Again, dude, fucking last year didn't know this could be a business. This year, I'm trying to make sure it stays a business. But a year before last year, dude, I mean, there was really no. I was just making shit. You know, sometimes I'd sell it. So yeah, it's learning all around, man. To make the blade to lock usually, or the lock. You make the blade to the lock, Paul. So you cut all the blade out. You cut all the lock out, your frame out. You cut your lock on your lock bar. Make sure that's all 90 and nice and carbonized and bent and all that shit. And then you grind the lock face down to match the cutout. Oh, speaking of that, Lute a little props here. So like, this is all done on the computer. You know, he had no model in hand. He worked solely off of some drawings, some measurements, and photos. This is a blade that I've had fucking half finished for fucking ever, but I haven't ever put it on a knife. And well, it just fucking works. Feel me? Now, granted, this. Oh, sorry. I don't have enough fucking pivot there to turn it all the way. But yeah, this is a Tonto blade, so it's not going to close right or anything. You know, it's going to close a little deep. But as far as this geometry is concerned, I mean, look how good fucking Lute nailed that shit without ever having a physical model in hand. You know what I mean? It's pretty awesome. Baptism, yeah. Prince Customs, Grinsmo, yes, they are all CNC, like fully CNC, like straight up fucking robotic shit. I don't consider CNC to mid tech. It to me, all right. So, fuck, dude, this is like beating a talking dead horse, fucking to death twice. What up, Ron? Mid tech's crazy, man. I mean, there's a fucking 1,000 different ways you can take mid tech, which I won't go through. In my opinion, if you're doing a mid tech, you're paying someone to make all of your parts to final thickness, and then you finish them out. You chamfer them, you bevel them, you texture. Excuse me, I think else. You texture them, whatever the fuck you want. You put it all together. You do all your own hardware, all that shit. To me, that is a mid tech. These days, I don't really know what y'all collectors, consumers consider a mid tech, That's what a mid-tech is to me, where you have all your parts made to like final thickness basically, and then you finish them out. But you're still putting in a lot of fucking handwork. You're not just getting parts, putting it together, putting it in a box. You still have to bevel it, finish it, grind it, blah blah blah. And that's my opinion. Mid-tech is so fucking all over the place as far as the term goes. We could talk about it all night. All right, Cicero, we'll check you later, bro. Demko is production, man. There ain't nothing mid-tech about Demko, bro. No. How do you? I mean, and I'm discussing here, but I am curious. How do you think a place that puts out that many fucking knives is a mid-tech? They are fully CNCing every fucking part of that and just assembling them. Maybe hand grinding the blades. Maybe. Other than that, there ain't fucking no hands getting put on that shit. They're all exactly the same. That can't be a possibility. I guess I didn't know Demko actually did customs, but even then I find that sus. That dude ain't like cutting out. He's just, again, Demko customs are probably mid-techs. He ain't hand cutting out every part of that. He ain't fucking, no. He's getting it all basically cut out and then beveling it and texturing it and all that shit. I don't know that for sure. But I fucking bet some money on it. I'm not a gambling man. But even at $3,000, he can command that dude to his name. He can still have that shit all water jetted out, or not even water jetted. He can have all that shit CNC'd out, but flat and blank, and then bevel everything by hand and call it a full custom. That's the other thing, though. Like, what do you consider a full custom? Do you have to cut it out by hand with a saw from a bar? Does water jet stuff consider full custom? Is full custom just a person getting to pick every aspect of it? There's just so much leeway in all these terms that I find it hard to have a hard stance on any of them. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking away from, like, Grimsmo, Demko, whoever the fuck, anybody's quality. But these people are not, they're not making it by hand like I'm fucking making it by hand, I'll tell you that. There's not too many known or popular folks, I guess, I should say, that do it the way I do. I mean, there's more than I'm fucking saying or think of, but but once you get to be Demko or Carter or Black Snow or whoever the fuck, once you get to that status, your $1,500 or $2,000 knives are now $2,500 or $3,000 knives. You know what I mean? Like, the quality difference it's the exact same knife, but because now you have a name, you can charge more. Feel me? And obviously we all kind of want to get to that point a little bit, but I want to limit that a little bit. And that sounds stupid because that's kind of self-detrimental, but I don't know. I got weird morals and shit, dude. If I think I deserve $5,000 for a knife, I'm not trying to get 10 for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking know. This is a weird craft, and I'm learning how to navigate it, so I might have opinions now that I don't have later. As a maker, selling to people that I want to support me. But I don't really fucking know. It's a fucking weird thing. Also, y'all know more about a lot of these other people than I know about. More upset at the dog sitter. I love it. It's customer handground skills. But again, what does that mean? I need like video evidence. Hand grind what? Did he cut it out and grind it to shape, or did he just like throw some fucking pebbles on it? And that's the thing, like, it's so unknown and vague when people say that shit. Like when I say that shit, I mean, fuck, dude, you can see me do it. There's no question about it. Now, granted, when you get to a level that these other people are out, you can't make a post about every fucking knife build you're doing. You know, you're making too many goddamn numbers. So I understand that aspect as well. But that's what makes me doubt certain things. One Moon, don't even get me started, man. I should be charging more than I do for my fucking knives, but I can't. Roadie, all I do is throw in the term handmade, but guess what? People that have mills and CNCs still call their knives handmade. So I am just lost in the sea, bruh. Like everybody with a manual mill is still handmade, which I don't argue with because they're manually doing it. But they're not hand making it like I am. And it is impossible to differentiate the two. Feel me? You know, I'm homies with and respect many dudes that have manual mills. Edgy Blade Works, fucking Zach Perlo, fucking Lucas Gumbiner. They all have manual fucking mills. They don't have CNC shit. So this shit is handmade. But it's not handmade in the same way I can do. Now, granted, they can do some shit I can't do because of said mill, but it is still a different fucking thing. You know what I mean? And again, it's not like I have anything. I want a fucking mill. It's just a big step. I can't afford to buy the damn thing yet. Can't afford all the tooling for it yet, and then I can't afford right now to take the time to learn it. Which once I do, yes, large investment will pay off exponentially in the end. It's just I'm not there yet. But until I am there, I have to be able to differentiate that I make shit in the way some old man fucking told me at the fucking Blade West last year. I make it the old way because I don't fucking use any of that shit. Sarah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, Todd, I'm kind of like that with you too, man. Like my full customs, you know, I mean, sure, some of them are similar to other builds, but like, yeah, I'm doing them one off. You know, you can't put one blade into the other. You can't put one backspacer into the other. You can't even swap my fucking clips because I fucking be half eyeball on the shit. You know what I mean? Even though they look pretty goddamn close. So I do agree with you on that aspect as far as the way I make them. Well, I mean, handmade, no power tools. I mean, I got a drill, I got a grinder, I got a bandsaw. Those all have power. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many different terms and ways to say that things are made, and like, I don't really give a shit on a general respect basis. Feel me? As far as outcome of said product, you know, my knives versus Edgy's knives versus Carter's knives versus somebody else's knives. Which pick who's better. I don't really give a shit. But all very, very similar, but all made very, very differently. You know, like some have CNC, some have mills, some don't have mills. Jason Larevo, Larevo, I don't know how to pronounce his last name because I'm an asshole. He's the homie. This dude puts out shit. It's like $3,000. He ain't got no goddamn mill either. That motherfucker builds shit like I do. But people look at his shit And honestly, most of the time, probably don't fucking know that because he doesn't really tout that. You know what I mean? So it's a weird thing. It's just a weird thing. Cab, thank you, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, all three of those dudes. I mean, I consider equals, and if not, I look up to them in certain ways. You know what I mean? Uh, Lucas, I probably know him the least out of the other two as far as personal communication. I've talked to him, a little bit or whatever, but um, I know Zach a lot better. I know Scott a lot better. But Lucas, dude, fucking one of the hottest makers out in the last few years, in my opinion. That dude has nasty fucking talent. Uh, Fuck, dude. Like, you know, he's fucking 15 years younger than me. I aspire to make knives like that kid does. As far as his knives, not the same style. I mean, we have different fucking styles or whatever. But yeah, dude, Lucas's shit is off the fucking chain, man. Paul Mills, and I appreciate you for getting it. Yeah, speaking of guys with too many cool knives, what up, Fred? Yeah, Todd Carfield here. There's always that, forge versus stock removal thing, which I mean, I can never get down on that, man. They're totally different. They're totally different things. Is the outcome, if done right, exactly the same? Yes, in my opinion. As far as heat treat, stability, blah 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 blah. In the end, if you do the shit right, the end knife is of the same quality. Now, was there more work in the forged one? Probably. Is forging fucking, to me, in my opinion, way more fucking work and gnarly? Yes, 100%. Um, do I feel like super high end forged shit should command a higher price? Yes, only because these motherfuckers are sweating over hot ass steel and pounding shit with a hammer. Uh, that deserves an upcharge, man. I ain't doing that shit. I only sweat if I'm fucking working too hard already, or the sheets, man. I don't like sweating. That shit's terrible. Robin, Nightwing, my bro. What up, dude? Fred, it is insane, but like, dude, it's just too silly for me to like really get behind it. Like, I get it, and it was probably a challenge to build, but like, was it a challenge that needed to be done? No. Now, if he would have made my dream knife, which is making an entire knife out of tungsten carbide, I mean, like the scales, you know what I mean? But like making them look like my shit. Like if I had a Ripley with tungsten carbide scales, damn, that'd be hot. Would it be brittle? Could you drop it? No. I mean, brittle, yes. Drop it? No. Uh, but it would be so ill. Again, I'm not talking shit. The shit is fucking gnarly. It's just like a silly challenge. It's like fantasy challenge that he did, and which is why I do appreciate it. But like, man, why? Other than money, I guess. Again, I'm not shit talking. I think it's cool build. It's fucking rad. It's fucking weird. It's fucking out of the box. I don't know. But at the same time, like, there's a bunch of shit I want to do, but I don't do because I'm like, sounds cool. I don't know. I get weird opinions sometimes. Again, I love that knife he built. I think it's awesome. So I have nothing actual negative to say. I don't know what you guys think. I'm talking shit on Luke. He's a nice cat. Says Row, I appreciate you, man, dude. I really do, man. Kevin, I need to weigh 170 pounds. Dude, I'm getting lazy and fat, dude. I used to weigh like 165 from like basically when I was like 15 till I was like 30. And now I'm like probably almost 200 pounds. Too much sitting on my ass and drinking. For sure, Todd Carr. Honestly, the only person I can think of is fucking Devin Thomas, who'll be making some wild shit. You know, like 3D jacketed with Magna Cut. Like fucking that dude's insane. Uh, shit, you're at a museum. Where the fuck are you? It's like 12:30 at night here. Right on, Fred. Have a good time, man. Thanks for tuning in. No, yeah, dude. I used to be 165 like my whole life, man. And I was like, I mean, maybe 160 when I was in high school, but and I never had like a six pack or anything. Like I wasn't that kid. I didn't work out or nothing, but like I damn near did from skateboarding. But yeah, this extra fucking 25, 35 pounds on me, dude, it feels like fucking an extra 100 pounds. Oh fuck, Fred! I forgot you were still in Japan. Oh, we fucking enjoy, dude. Shit, bring some good sake for me. Just drink that up for me. Unless you don't drink, then don't do that. Tomas, I bet it is 11.7 ounces, dude. Gosh, dang. Oh, you bruiser kids. Dude, I cannot wait. No, Grant, I know fucking, Dave traded up and, he's got one of mine now. But he's got it because he respects me. And that's why I got mad love for Dave. You know what I mean? Because that's not what Dave wants. That knife is ground so thin. And that handle ain't no thicker than this one. You know what I mean? I mean, I love Dave, and I really appreciate that he respects me, especially because I know he's like now coming into his own as like a folder maker, but I respect him because he comes from being a machinist. You know what I mean? And like I'm no machinist. I have like goals to be such a type person, but that's why I appreciate fucking Dave a lot. Because that dude is all about the grind, learning how to relearn, even though he could probably CNC some shit if he had the right equipment. He probably could have been doing this shit already. But he's down to get dirty and mucky with it. And that's why I like Dave. I need to do a recurve. I've never done a recurve. Dominic Conge. How do you say his last name, Kevin Smith? Is it Conge? Kongi? I don't fucking know. But I've talked to that dude a little bit. I was trying to get him to go live with me, but he said he wasn't into that shit. He's like the only other folder maker that hangs out. You know what I mean? And I just found out about him recently. I don't know how long he's been hanging out. Maybe not very long. Maybe fucking forever. I have no idea. But dude, that dude has. So I went back and I started fucking reading his. He stole your Ripley. You let it get took. Fool. Shit. Foolish. But I was talking to him, and then I went back and I was kind of like reading through his posts and shit. And I mean, that dude I feel like that dude's kind of on a similar, different situations maybe, but a similar kind of situation as me, where like he didn't really intend to make knives for a living, and which I don't know if he's still trying to do that or intending to do that or not, but he's been making a shit ton more, and I've seen him talk about it in posts where he was like, I never meant to do this. I just kept getting requests. And I feel like if that dude does really like dig his heels in, that dude's gonna be making some nasty shit soon, dude. Like, I mean, his work's cool as fuck right now. It's a little raw, As far as style, in my opinion, I don't know how they work. They might be fucking flawless. I have no idea. Knife fight, go. No, I don't want to get in a knife fight. That sounds scary shit. I'll fist fight anybody, even if I lose. Formax Scout. I'd say probably my Ripley or my Cold Steel. I mean, shit, my old Ripley. This one's got a big old honker blade on it. This is the original proto. Different size scales. Look at that overhang on the back, on the show side. This motherfucker heavy as fuck. The OG prototype. First of its kind, first of its name, first of its sledge. But yeah, this motherfucker heavy as shit. Yeah, he makes them just like me, Kevin Smith, man. No mill, fucking a drill press and a saw and a grinder, man. Fred, dude, I know, dude, and it's awesome, man. I salute you in whatever form you'd like. That's a lot of work, bro. I've been friends with a lot of big folk in my years. Some have fucking done some work, some haven't. That shit is fucking just the determination, man. The constitution, the personal constitution is what matters, man. You set a goal and you're working on it and you're doing it. It's fucking awesome. Another dude, basically exactly akin to you, Brian BEDC. That motherfucker, he a big boy, man. He was like damn near 600 fucking pounds. And that dude's down to like fucking like 280 or some shit now, or you know what I mean? Like, shit's fucking wild, man. I'm over here bitching that I gained 35 pounds. I feel like a fucking asshole because I'm too lazy to lose it. Probably all I had to do is stop drinking beer, but. You got a reblade done by Dave and it knocked some ounces off? Was Dave fucking slipping? You think he'd add some ounces? That's fucking funny. Grateful is how big is that man? It's a big man, that's for sure. Grateful's a big man. I only saw him across the table like twice, man. Like I never actually got to really chum it up with him at fucking Blade, which was sad. Because that's where I met him. But it was real quick both times, man. I think I was like in the middle of talking to a sale or something. I don't fucking remember, but yeah, he's a big man. He's a big man. Josh 304, what's up, Funky? Good evening to you. I care so much about it covers 50 pounds. Cab, that's rad used to box, dude. So I don't know what it was. I always like low key wanted to join a boxing club, but I just never did. So we had a couple around here, pretty local. Can't remember the name. It's gone now. But there was one up the street from me. I'd been there for fucking ever. I know a couple like cats came out of there. Had some like Golden Glove champs. It always intrigued me, dude. So like I was into like took karate, or I don't remember. I think it was just like straight up karate. I don't remember. But I took that for like 5 years when I was like a little kid, from like kindergarten to like 5th grade, I think. And since then, like I had always wanted to get into boxing and shit, obviously I got into like neighborhood fights and some other retarded shit. But I just always thought it would be rad, but I never really had the constitution to do it. You know what I mean? Like I could skateboard for fucking 15 hours a day and beat myself to death over that. But the idea of like going into a place and like working with other people just didn't work for me. So I never actually did that shit. But yeah, I grew up around several kids that boxed. The homie from high school, Jason, he boxed for Golden Glove or the Golden Gloves thing, or whatever it is, amateur boxing. Forgive me because I'm a little like not savvy, but that shit was cool. Watched him a fight more than a few times. That shit was awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, sometimes you want to hit something, sometimes you want to get hit. And that was the great thing about growing up punk rock and hardcore clubs. It's probably what kept me from getting into boxing, man. I just got to go there and work my shit out. We could punch each other in the face and everybody fucking had a beer about it after. Nice, Tomas. That's all right. All right. Yeah, dude. I know the drinking added a bunch of weight. So when I was younger, I drank a shit ton of pop, just like most of my family or whatever. And when I got heavy into skateboarding, um, I realized it was just making me feel like shit in the summer, mostly. Like just drinking that much pop. So I stopped fucking drinking pop when I was like fucking 16, and I lost fucking 20, 25 pounds just from not drinking pop. Uh, and I know the beer thing's exactly the same, dude. I drink like a fucking 6 pack a night. Getting drunk or not, depending on the beer, it doesn't matter. That's like fucking that's like fucking 3 steaks worth of calories. You know what I mean? So really, I just need to fucking quit drinking. What up, Mad Yako? What you doing, my friend? Paint the fence, Bob. Catching up, catching up, catching up. Oh, I'm caught up. Shit. Bobtism. So like, all right, man. So long story short, uh, we found out about this local punk, hardcore, ska fucking club in our downtown area in like the fucking balmy, shitty crackhead area, if you will, super poor, rundown, old fucking buildings, old fucking rundown fucking industrial shit. And super small fucking venue. Used to be an old welding shop that these fucking younger cats bought, turned into a fucking rock club or fucking punk club. Dude, and it was gnarly, man. Bathrooms were fucking disgusting with puddles in them. I mean, ceiling tiles were always falling out, but every fucking cool band ever fucking played there, dude. I mean, like, name a punk or hardcore fucking band that was cool from the late 80s to the fucking mid 90s. They fucking played there. And it was fucking amazing. And we used to get dropped off there. I used to get dropped off. Ernie later because he's 3 years younger than me. But my mom started dropping me off there with my homie when we were like 12, 13 years old alone. Like she'd drop us off at like fucking 5:30 and pick us up at like midnight. You know what I mean? And back then, dude, hardcore pits, like punk shows were a little different. Like true punk shows were a little different. Ska shows were way different. But the earlier hardcore shows, which I know that's so many genres now. You got mathcore, you got grindcore, you got all this shit, whatever. The old school hardcore metal punk, if you will, Converge, American Nightmare, shit like the Hope Conspiracy, shit like that. You know what I mean? For me, in my experience growing up, dude, those pits, dude, you were in there literally just throwing fists at each other. Like there was none of this shoving, waving shit. You were in there like basically dancing, but just socking each other in the fucking head. And it was fucking glorious, dude. I don't know. I must have worked out a lot of anger for having these feelings about such fucking actions. But I remember the turning point. And it was probably when new metal came out, which I can't bitch about. I like new metal bands. Some, like I was a Ute when fucking Korn came out. And of course, I liked the first 2 albums. I was in fucking junior high. Static X is cool, other shit like that. But there was a turning point to where at the harder shows, even the pits just became this weird, like, kumbaya shoving wave pool mix of emotion. And it always kind of disgusted me. Again, kind of depended on the music. You know, you go to a true punk show, a Rancid show, something like that. You know, I mean, motherfuckers, they're gonna help you up in the pit. You know, they ain't punching in the face. You know, same with a ska show, you're just skanking. But you know, you go to a Sepultura show or fucking a Converge show, or you know what I mean? Like, you don't get in that pit unless you want to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, keep hardcore fucking violent is what I'm fucking saying. Keep hardcore violent. Fuck, dude. Like, besides neighborhood skirmish, getting jumped, bullshit, which was the lesser of most evils in my life, despite what society would like to think. Dude, I cut my teeth fighting at fucking punk rock hardcore shows, and most of it was, and not in the pit, I'm saying, but like, you know, you get those bigots, or you get those just fucking assholes at the shows, or some fucking piece of shit treating their women like shit. I got my ass beat on 24th Street in front of this goddamn welding club plenty of times. But let me tell you, I made my point relevant plenty of times too. And that was the thing. That was the thing back in the day. Like, it didn't matter. You just, because it was principle. It wasn't a violence thing. Most of the time, it was fucking principle. The pit, I mean, that was just working out whatever youthful fucking emotional angst you had. And you had homies that would hit you in the face and buy you a t-shirt after, which was awesome. It's kind of like skateboarding. You just beat yourself up a lot. Americans always looking for pain. So you can play here again? No, man. Oh, too tame for you British folk? No, man. Too bloody violent. Fucking love that movie. Chris, what up, War Room? Hope that Ripley's still treating you okay. Hope she's not biting you anymore, you know. My women, they be feisty. You can't help it, you know. Ripley's a bad bitch. Ministry at Detroit City Fairgrounds. I bet that was gnarly. I saw fucking Soulfly in a venue that probably held 60 people, and there's probably 150 people in there. I mean, literally people like swinging from the rafters. It's one of the most violent shows I've ever been to. I saw Slayer, Kilgore, and the fuck is wrong with my brain? Demanufacture. What the fuck is the name of that band? I don't know what's wrong. I like had this Album Man poster, and my brain's just fucking broken. Fear Factory. God damn it. It was Slayer, Fear Factory, and Kilgore at the same venue I was just talking about. And the Soulfly show was in 98. And I'm pretty sure the Slayer show was either 97 or 99. I want to say it was 97. I was born in 84. I was going to these shows alone. And it was fucking amazing. My fucking mom. I just can't be thankful enough that my mom was cool enough with music that she just fucking understood and would let me go to these things, because I know so many kids that A, had never even been to a concert until they were full blown adults, or B, they were only allowed to go to the most G rated horseshit of a live music fucking event that you'd ever heard of. Feel me? Like, and I just fucking always felt bad for those kids, man. I would not be any form of the person I am today. Maybe for the worse or better. I don't fucking know. But without going to all the fucking live shows and shit that my mom allowed me to go to or supported me. Yeah, Tamaz, that's rough, bro. I grew up with a lot of that around here, man. A lot of folks like that, bro. Dated a couple ex. Well, I dated an ex Jehovah's Witness chick. She had stories. Yeah, dude. I feel you. Hey, yeah, Todd, again, but it's never too late, man. Embracing that shit. Something about it, man. Live music, something about it. It's good for you. You lived in Mipples. What's Mipples? Minneapolis? Is that what you're saying? What a one moon? Bobtism. That is the best way to describe going to shows in the 90s or late 80s. Fucking ever. I had to walk my wallet chain back to the car, and then I watched dudes beat the shit out of each other. Exactly. Fucking exactly. I love it. I love it. That's the other thing, though. Ain't nobody was using weapons. Like, it wouldn't matter. You could have a knife on you. You could have a baton on you. Ain't nobody pulling it out. That's not the point. Fuck. Chris, that's wild. Yeah, I mean, your age, way different, man. I can't really talk shit on anything you saw or witnessed because, A, that was just like, the beginning of it all. And just different era. You know what I mean? But like Pink Floyd back in the day, can't say I'm not jealous. I'm not even a Pink Floyd fan overall. Like I got respect or whatever, and I don't mind a lot of it, but not really my jams. You know what I mean? I'm not like throwing it on for fun. But I did see it was Roger Waters. That's his name, right? They did a whole Pink Floyd thing. When was it? I want to say it was like 2015 to 2018, somewhere around there. They were doing the wall. They were traveling. They were touring. They had a big old LED screen production and all that shit. I went and saw that, and it was fucking dope, man. Jesse, yeah, you live up in Minneapolis? That's cool, man. I've been up there a couple times for some shows. I'm into basically all hip hop that comes out of there. Fucking Kenman lives up there, man. We've been talking about meeting up sooner or later, man. I don't know if he's gonna come down here or I'm gonna drive up there. Be cool to plan it around a show one way or the other, but we'll see what happens. Megadeth's playing here. I was thinking about going, but ain't that big into them. Oh shit, I'm not even highlighting this shit. You guys know I'm like not a YouTube dude. Todd, I feel you, man. Like, so the way I grew up, so granted, my mom's into some shit I'm not into because she's much older than me, obviously, but she wasn't into Megadeth and shit, like she raised me on like fucking Prince and INXS, and I mean she liked like Metallica and Queen, but she didn't like a lot of the hair metal bands. She wasn't into Kiss really. I don't know. So, I got a lot of influence from my mom, you know what I mean? Especially in my younger years. But I do understand what you mean. Like, there's a bunch of bands that I fucking don't or won't listen to, but that don't mean I don't got respect for them. Vocals, especially in metal, now a different kind of metal, not hair metal, but my style metal, hardcore metal, fucking grindcore. I don't fucking know what you call it anymore. Mathcore. Dude, the voice will make or break it, dude. I mean, you can have the raddest fucking tunes in the world, and old boy stands up, and he has the wrong kind of, and you're just like, I hate you, and I'll never watch you again. Even though it just sounds like your favorite dude that sounds like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That shit, vocals will fuck you up, man. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not really a Metallica fan either. I mean, like, I liked earlier stuff when I was younger, but I would never ever put that on now. It's just not my jam. Like, I don't even like necessarily hate it. I just like it's just not my thing, so I just don't put it on. And yeah, Silver cool, but I was a Soulfly guy, kind of the same thing. The fuck did we go? I don't know where we started. Now we're talking about weird metal. What's happening? Yeah, hard punk, hardcore. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I don't know. The genres have changed so much today. It fucks me up. You know what I mean? But like Minor Threat, like East Coast hardcore, whatever the fuck you want to call Converge, bands like that, or Botch, or fucking 18 Visions, or fucking Walls of Jericho, or Terror. I mean, Terror is straight up East Coast hardcore. I mean, that's just what they are. But yeah, though, I mean, a bunch of those bands, the whole conspiracy, American Nightmare. Fugazi. Fugazi was one of like the springboards, like kind of the older heads, got me into like, Minor Threat, Fugazi, shit like that. That could just kind of springboarded into Converge, Converge is like my all time favorite wild hardcore. I still am under the term hardcore. Now they're considered nerdcore or math rock or whatever due to the crazy time changes. But it's still just hardcore to me. Uh, Paul Mills, you talking about Fugazi or Converge? Either way, yes. Uh, yeah, Converge. Henry Rollins. All right, a little Black Flag. So Henry Rollins, it's funny. Like, so I was never actually really into Black Flag. So my punk roots, due to my age and exposure, my punk roots technically started with Rancid. We had a local, like, super local, like independent, like broadcast television music channel here back when I was a kid called O2 TV, and they played shit that motherfuckers were not fucking. You weren't hearing that out in public. You know what I mean? Like they're playing like Deftones and Korn and Rancid and fucking uh, Suicide Machines and fucking shit like that. So like my entry to punk was Rancid, and then Rancid springboarded me into learning about fucking the older and then the newer, and then progressed from there. You know what I mean? Um, so like lots of Minor Threat and shit like that back in the day, and older stuff like that. Boy Sets Fire was real big for me when I was younger, when I was like 13, 14, 15 years old. Um, and they were kind of that newer hardcore, getting into some singing riffs, feel me, kind of like. So like AFI started out basically like kind of East Coast tough guy hardcore, and then they turned into whatever the fuck they turned into. It's almost embarrassing towards the end. But even the middle section, it was cool. It was just so much different from what it had started as. Like they were wearing suspenders and yelling at people wearing fucking Doc Martens to looking androgynous, playing fucking like they're in fucking Bill and Ted's Future. You know what I mean? Yeah, Op Ivy for sure, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, my roots was fucking as far as that genre started for me when I was a kid was Rancid. I saw the video for Ruby Soho on fucking O2 TV, and I was like, yes. Cicero, funny thing, the first big concert I ever went to was in 1996, and it was at this outdoor amphitheater that was about like 35 minutes from here called West Fair. Um, and it was in order of opening the Suicide Machines, which I was into. They were super cool. Touring the album I like with SOS on it. Can't think of the name of it. Anyway, black and white cover, red letters. Weezer, touring for the Blue Album. And then headline was No Doubt touring for Tragic Kingdom. And 96, as a fucking 14-year-old kid that was in all that shit, I mean, that was like peak awesomeness for me at 14. And I went with my mom and my mom's homie, and me and my homeboy Tommy were definitely 5 rows up, fucking smoking fucking blunts and J's with fucking the crowd. And it was fucking glory. Cicero, it was, dude, for the time, you know, like thinking about it now, I'm like, ooh, I saw fucking Weezer, No Doubt, you know, like everybody makes fun of No Doubt, but I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give not two, not one. I give 0 fucks, dude. Being 14 years old, seeing the Suicide Machines, only album I like, Weezer touring the Blue Album, and fucking Gwen Stefani up there doing fucking the Tragic Kingdom tour, all fucking ripped out with her fucking like sports bra on, doing fucking push-ups and backflips and shit on the goddamn stage. Shit. That shit was a dream. You know, it's funny, Paul. Gwen is a hottie. She might be a piece of shit human, but I fucking went to Riot Fest in Chicago in, I think it was 2018 or 20. It was shortly before the pandemic. I think it was 2018 and 2017. And No Doubt was one of the many fucking bands that played there. And this broad scaled the entire scaffolding all the way to the fucking top while she was singing. She was climbing that shit. And I was just like, fucking yes. And it was funny too, because like it was the end of the night of like the second night we were there, I think. So it was a 3-day show. And there was like 3 main stages. 2 of them were right next to each other, right? Like right here. Like if you're facing towards me, that's what the stage faces. But then there's another main one over here. It's about like 50 yards over here, right? Behind us, if you're watching these stages. And fucking NWA and Ice Cube were playing on this stage while fucking No Doubt was playing. So I was like running back and forth, mostly staying over with NWA, fucking Ice Cube, but I could like hear enough that I'd be like, oh shit, that's like old school. I want to see that shit live. And then I'd like run back over and watch that shit. Stop skating, you get old. That's goddamn right, One Moon. Yeah, do they skate or do they like skate though? Like, I don't give a shit. I'll talk shit on some poser ass skaters that just did enough to hang around with the crew. One Moon, kind of the same with me, man. You know, like most of my skate homies and shit. I mean, I had some homies from the hood and shit that were like not the white pop punk kids, but most of my close friends, everybody's like pop punk kids. Feel me? They even had a pop punk band, and despite a couple of them fucking living in the same neighborhood, and or one of them living in a much poorer but much more white trash neighborhood. Yeah, I didn't really vibe with a lot of my homies during the day that we were skating with. You know what I mean? I also couldn't get drunk and skate. Couldn't do it. It fucked up my skating, and I couldn't do it. It didn't help me with fear. It didn't help me with shit. It just made me suck. So I just could not drink and skate. I could smoke a little bit or whatever, but like, nah, dude. Or I have like one beer. But dude, yeah, like I had homies, they get fucking lit and skate and tear it up. And nah, dude, fuck that shit. Nice, One Moon. I need to get new tires on my fucking bike, dude. I wanted to bust it out the other day, but dude, the tires are like 10 years old and they're smoked, man. They're all like dry rotted now and shit. It's been like 2 years since I pulled it out, maybe 3 years since I pulled it out. ADC 007, what up? Dude? Is it a good morning? Is it morning? Who are we? Where are we? Tomas, kind of the same, man, dude. So my back fucked up when I was in my late 20s, and I couldn't afford to get it fixed, and B, didn't want to get it fixed because I'm scared of people fucking with my spine. And it really fucked me up, dude. I fucking basically stopped fucking doing anything cool. Yeah, I was like the last bastion of my skating days. I can still kickflip though, bitches. Chris, I don't fucking doubt that, man. I mean, thanks. But also, fuck, dude, I can't even imagine, especially due to your age and the shit you fucking dealt with and like the wild just times. I ain't got words or speculation for that shit. I just know that it was more wild than I probably think. Baptism, I saw that shit on TV. Wife taught me how to duck. I love it. She said, catch this brick. Hardcore ice skates and skis. I've been on ice skates a couple times when I was younger, like at a rink or whatever. I mean, it made sense to me because I could inline and stuff, but it's not really a thing here, you know, unless you wanted to play hockey or fucking figure skate. Like ice skating's not really a thing here. Paul Mills, were you free falling at a Tom Petty concert, bud? Yeah, most we did was some street hockey on some fucking, aggressive inlines we already had. Any form of like team sport I ever played when I was a kid, it was only neighborhood based, and it was like street hockey or like kill the man, which was like not football, but kind of, if y'all know. I did play soccer for a bunch when I was in grade school. I wasn't really into that either. By the time fourth grade, fifth grade hit, we were just getting stoned and being assholes while we were at the game. We still ended up going to a fucking elite at one point, somehow. But when we went to elite and we had to start like driving out to these weird fields and playing all these random people with this fucking made up fucking team we had versus like our grade school classmates. And I come from a K through 8 grade school where we like fucking all knew each other, you know what I mean? So now you're on an elite team where they're like strangers on there with you, and like I wasn't trying to do that shit, man. I quit that shit prompt, and then so when I went like full heavy into skateboarding. A little fucking goon out there one moon. If y'all ain't seen the Goon with fucking Shawn Michael, fucking whatever, that movie is fucking goated. I don't give a shit. The movie is funny as fuck. Sean William Scott, is that his name? Sean William Scott? Cicero, fuck no, dude. I want to fight fucking War Room right now. Nope. I ain't never seen that dude yell at nobody or have a mean look on his face. But I see his eyeballs. And I ain't fucking with that dude. Nope, not one time. Fucking having me gutted like a fish. I can see that, Bob. I'm not saying they put on a bad show. They put on a great show. I just don't really care. I definitely don't care about no U2. Cicero for sure, dude. Like you just some dudes, man. Like I'm always the dude that like I'll fight anybody on a principle based on the moment or whatever. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just know what you're in for, and like Chris ain't one of those dudes you want to fucking step to, man. Todd Carr, I fucking bet, dude. Sure, Bob. You know you love Bono. Fucking hate Bono. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, man, I don't know. I've met enough dudes that have been through some shit in such situations that you can just read that shit, man. Yeah, man, I ain't trying to fight nobody anymore either, man. I mean, like, fuck. I'm not saying, like, I don't want to fucking bust somebody's ass every once in a while, but nope. He drove so fucking fast. Chris, my bro, man, my brother. So, yes, that was the other problem. We all actually enjoyed it. We used to literally beat the shit out of each other for fun, dude. I've told this story before, man, but yeah, me and my friends would just fight each other for fun all the time. And not like, oh, you want to go body for a little bit? Fuck no, dude. We'd be fucking each other up, dude. Like hitting each other in the mouth, in the face. Fucking, Ernie was in on it. Ernie was beating my head into a wood floor one time, dude. My fucking eye was all bloody and shit. Like, it gets the blood pumping, man. It makes you feel alive. So yeah, dude. I mean, like, we definitely enjoyed it, a little bit back in the day. Oh, also, you can't fight Ernie. It is impossible to knock that cunt out. That dude will spit his teeth out and laugh at you. Just so you're aware, if you ever want to fight Ernie, good fucking luck. The dude ain't even a good scrapper. You just can't knock him out. And he's stubborn as a motherfucker. God damn. Death machine on the ice. I like that. One win. Those are the worst, man. Random bar fights, dude. Those are always the worst, man. Those are the ones where you toss your knife in the bush and you fucking hope you get in the car afterwards. I mean, fuck yeah, dude. I'm down. Let's go. I'm ready. I've been trying to get Ernie to fist fight me just out of brotherly ego for about 15 years, and he won't fight me. Ernie actually forbid me. It was about 20 years ago now. It was when we were younger. I was probably in my early 20s, if not like my late teens. And he was like, dude, you can't fight. You can't fucking fight us anymore. You can't fight our siblings. You can't beat up your siblings anymore. I was like, no, I can. Now that they're adults, this is when they need lessons taught. But Ernie forbid me. So I've been a very nice, non-violent sibling since I was probably somewhere between 17 and 21 years old. Anytime they're ready, though. Outside, no shirt, no shoes. Ready to go. Some of them need it. Pretty sure some of my siblings have never been in a fist fight. They're tough little non-scared fucking. They ain't scared. I watched my little brother, which I'm pretty sure had never been in a fight, at least at the time. This was probably 10 years ago. Long story short, circumstances don't matter. Obviously, I was like, sup to whoever, and Ernie was behind me. But the little bro, T-Bone, Tristan, this motherfucker came walking up with a fucking hammer and stood in front of me. I'm pretty sure this kid has never gotten in a fight in his entire life, nor had any form of violent like interactions. So my siblings ain't bitches, but they begin that attitude like they ain't ever been smacked up. You know what I mean? So Ernie neutered me. So now, eventually, I'm gonna make Ernie fight me in the front yard. Mm-hmm. We're gonna fight right in his fucking garden. I don't care if he kicks the shit out of me. We're gonna fucking fight in that fucking garden. It's actually funny. Ernie hit me with a hammer once when we were kids. My dad whooped the shit out of him. Not like overly abusively or anything. I mean, his hand whooped, but he deserved it. We were arguing. We had this like weird like the house we bought. There used to be this like recessed like dog run area because they used to have these big ass dogs or whatever. But now it's just like overgrown. This was like this lower kind of pit area. Me and Ernie were down there fucking playing around one day, and dude, we were kids, dude. I mean, he was like probably like fucking 7 or 10 years old. We're 3 years apart. I don't fucking know. I don't remember what the fuck we argued about, but he was pissed at me, and I was like, we were both sitting, or I was sitting on the ground, and I was standing up, and as I was standing up, he told me to duck, and just winged this fucking ball peen hammer at me. It hit me like right in my fucking eye bone, like right fucking here, dude. Like, and I was like, whoa! Yeah, I was freaking out, dude. I was like instantly fucking like just raspberry purple looking, you know what I mean? And then a little later in that life, me and Ernie were fighting in our kitchen, and I didn't even do nothing back to him. I went inside. I was like, I hit him in the face with a hammer. I'm a fucking kid, and I'm damn near crying. I didn't cry, but I was screaming. Ernie got his ass beat. It was all good. I mean, they just fucking spanked his ass. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't nothing crazy. Bob, like a year or two later, we were still mad young. I'm definitely under 12. I'm under 12 years old, so Ernie's probably fucking 9 or 7 or something. I don't fucking know. We were fighting in the kitchen one day, and I ended up standing up when we were on the ground, fucking rolling around. I ended up standing up before him, and I kicked him while he was on the ground. And dude, I kind of feel like an asshole about it, despite what I'm about to say. But I just remember standing up and being like, whammo, you know what I mean? Just like kicking the little motherfucker while I was on the ground. And what's up, Greg V? You know, just talking about kicking my little brother while he's on the ground. And this motherfucker stood up. I don't know where it came from, man. It had to just been laying on the fucking counter because we were in the kitchen, like I said. But Ernie stuck a fucking fork, like a fucking meal fork, full blown, 4 prime, fucking tine, into my fucking arm, like a solid fucking dude. Had to be like 3/8 to a ½ inch, dude. I mean, it just, I mean, like fucking like, planted a fucking knife in my goddamn arm. So yeah, not only can you not knock this motherfucker out, he will stab you. He will stab you. What's up, Greg? How you living tonight, man? They got me on some drunk fucking rambling about me fighting my little brother and my friends for fun. Paul, dude, like kind of the same, dude. Like, especially like my main group of friends, but one of my best friends when I was growing up, he lived across the street from me. Josh, he was really weird. Redhead kid, super pale, just fucking weird kid. His dad was weird. His whole family, even his mom, they all looked like they were like siblings. It was fucked up. But Josh, you know, not like a built dude. I mean, looked less fucking in shape than I did. But Josh could swing his fucking arm, dude. Like, and it felt like you were getting hit with a fucking brick. Like, it was fucking wild, dude. I remember, like, because we used to beat the shit out of each other. And, like, one time, at one point, like, none of us would let Josh fuck around with us anymore. Like, it's fucked up, dude. That dude could swing like a motherfucker, dude. Hell yeah, Greg V. That's fucked up, but awesome at the same time, man. Yeah, we used to do that shit to each other too, man. Just fuck each other up, dude. I should be fucking maimed at this fucking point. Yeah. Well, rip, but I feel you, man. That's what my siblings will say about me when I die. And I better die before them. I told them they're not allowed to die before me. I got the same rules as my pops. What's up, Tegan? Thanks for tuning in. Saying what up? You gotta be at work in an hour and a half. Go the fuck to sleep. All right, Todd. Yeah, I probably won't be on here too much longer, man. I was just fucking still awake and bored. Thought I'd fucking tune in and say what up. I honestly fucking didn't think many people would be up on a Sunday. And again, I was gonna go live earlier, but I don't want to fucking go live while Stevie's going live and all that shit. But yeah, you know, youthful angst. I mean, I still got it. Just don't act on it. I need like a true partner in crime for some live shit. I mean, me and Pocket Metal are cool, but that's only a Monday thing. And he's not quite as ratchet as I am. I need a ratchet ass fucking friend to go live with all the time. I haven't found one yet. But they also got to not be a bigot or a racist. And that's really fucking hard to find in this community. To find the culmination of the three. And that want to go live and actually can fucking conversate. I mean, we're talking like we are whittling this down to like minuscule numbers, people. Minuscule fucking numbers. And then like the one or two people that might do that with me, dude, most people ain't even good with them because they're more ratchet than I am. This community's too sensitive. Not y'all. Obviously, you're here. I mean, overall, as a whole. I'm talking about like in the sense of standing in and at working a fucking late show sensitive. That's how I feel all the time on these lives or fucking being in the chats live with other people. I feel like you gotta walk on fucking eggshells in this community. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing because, well, I'm just talking about wanting to be an asshole, but it's a different way to live coming from the tattoo world. I'll fucking tell you that. I'll fucking tell you that. Bob, dude, if you want to go live sometime with me, man, I'm down. Talk about whatever, man. I ain't got no agenda ever. This ain't no knife channel at night. If I go live during the day and it's in the shop, it's a knife channel. If it's at night, it's not a knife channel. Bob, it's like I do, but I don't at the same time. Like, I don't want y'all to like listen to me here. You know, feel me? Y'all know who I am, kind of. I mean, you know what kind of person I am. Something I don't care. It's I don't care. Like, I stand for what I stand for, and I fucking Paul. Don't make me fucking use the wrench, bud. But yeah, man, I stand for what I stand for, and I don't really feel like holding my tongue ever. And I don't feel like I need to hold my tongue because I don't say nothing that's fucking gross. I mean, I might say some rude shit, but it ain't disgusting. Feel me? It's just weird and it's just different than the world I come from, the tattoo world. You know, like, let's remove all drama or anything we were just talking about. But let's talk about it in the form of artists only. Feel me? In the tattoo realm, now granted, there's arguably much more ego in that world. But in the right setting, via, say, a tattoo show, knife show, same thing, you know, selling work at tables, many tables. You know, if you did it the right way, you could pretty much go up to anyone and or not necessarily go up to them, but be around anyone while they're working. And obviously in a respectful manner and or, not blatantly, telling you something while you're tattooing a fucking customer and all while you're in the skin. But you can go up to damn near any fucking artist at that show, and there might be 1,000. And you could be like, yo, man, I was watching your tattoo earlier. I was seeing you do fucking whatever. Ooh, what the fuck are you doing? This is how you can fix that. And they would be like, fuck, I don't fucking know. That's how I learned, or blah, blah. They'd have a fucking reason, and then they would take that shit in, and then they would like that was all kumbaya, right? If I said that to like any maker ever in this community, in any form of respectful manner, it's just taken differently. So it's just like a learning curve for me, just understand the dynamic of interaction in this whole realm. Based solely on the maker aspect interactions, you know what I mean? And then as a maker, as far as my friends, my people, my fucking customers, which may vary. I might have friends in the community that aren't my customers, and that's fine. That's cool. I like all of you. It's a very different dynamic than the tattoo world. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Now I'm kind of losing my train of thought because I'm kind of like, blah, blah, blah. Baptism, I have not. Yeah, One Moon. Yeah. But yeah, it's just fucking. It's a different thing, man. It's a weird community as far as the makers go. This community way different than the tattoo community. I mean, this is the tattoo community for me only I don't know, probably for most tattoo artists, only really exists in and of your shop and or your live show experiences. Feel me? But in this craft, there's more. On the daily basis, there is no shop. There's almost no shows, comparatively. So the only interaction is purely conversation. It has nothing to do with on-site performance art or work or whatever you want to call it, And it's a very, very different dynamic on like the way you make interactions or make friends or the way people respect you. Like it's a completely different kind of thing. And I keep saying that all fucking night. Oh, it's totally different than tattooing. But I did that for 20 years, you know what I mean? And it's a different art form. And it's just fucking different, man. And yeah, I'm just kind of learning the ropes and the ways of it. Obviously, with the community, as far as that's concerned, interaction socially, I feel like I'm cool on that end. I mean, I feel like that end's cool. All I do is hang out with you motherfuckers. I ain't ever trying to sell nothing. I fucking love hanging out with you guys. I'm in tons of chats every week with any other people that I semi fucking support and or appreciate. This shit is fun to me. You know what I mean? This is fucking cool. I love hanging out and shit. The work knife thing is cool in a different aspect, but like I didn't expect this whole thing. I met Stevie and a few people. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, they have YouTube channels. Neat. Okay. I used to make fun of Bernie for watching YouTube. And now most of my friends are, You guys. I don't even have physical friends anymore other than this fucking wretched beast that you just heard make noise. What do you want, beggar? Say hi to my friends. Look here. Look here. Oh, she's so pissed. My mom went to my tag guy and I did. Holy shit, I need to read that like 3 more times. Said he did your mom and took a pic. Oh, he tattooed your mom's boobie? Damn. It's funny, I was dating this brother once, and her and mom came in, and they were all fucked up. I was tattooing them. But then I left with them, and I was like, I think I was driving them home even because they were all fucked up. And her mom was talking about getting tattooed somewhere else recently, and about how the dude was like groping her titty and all this shit, doing all this stuff, and how she liked it. And like Foss, my girlfriend at the time, was like laughing about it. And I'm like, bitch, I just met your dad and lady, your husband, like fucking 3 weeks ago. Why are you guys fucking telling me this shit? Drunk bitches, dude. Can't be trusting no tattoo artists. Sluts. Let me tell you. I don't know as I'm not a tattoo artist anymore. But go grab our pissed off adoptee and hug him, fucking weirdo. Do it up. I was Prince make nice knives, but I don't chill with what you do, Johnny. Bobtism. So, you know what's weird about that statement right there? So again, I mean, obviously, y'all see me every day. I'm not on here posting links, and I'm over here losing business most of the time because I'm either talking shit or talking about doing fucking fucked up shit when I was younger, or getting fucked up. But I don't know. I had this weird epiphany there, and I was like, dude, there are no other makers. All right, first of all, I had this epiphany that despite the probably tens of thousands, if not more, that production companies sell to the public, right? Spyderco, Benchmade alone, those two alone. I'm not even getting into the Chinese production companies, which sell probably quadruple that. Feel me? So what? Out of all production, smaller company, and custom, what do you think? A couple 100,000 knives that get sold, pocket knives of the folding variety, get sold in the U.S. on a yearly basis, right? A couple 100,000, right? Feel me? Does that make sense? I don't know. You guys know more about that than I do. But do you realize how fucking small our community is? Like, I don't give a shit if what are some of these fucking dudes' names? I don't even fucking know. Metal Complex or Bees or whoever the fuck. I don't know. I don't watch their shit. They got what 50,000, 100,000 subscribers. Sure, right? But when you watch their lives, how many people are in the chats? Max. On an average basis in the chat while they're live. 150? You ever seen over 150 in anybody's chat live regarding Knife World? On a regular basis. More than 150 people in the live chat on a regular basis. More than 150 people active in the chat on a regular basis. Have you ever seen that? Thousands? You've seen thousands in the chat active? No, not on anyone's live. Not once. I said regularly, though. I'm not talking about like he had a live and there's 3,000 people watching. I'm talking about active in the fucking chat. Has anyone seen more than 150 people active in a live chat on some of these higher end channels? Which one? Actively commenting, actively conversating, actively engaging. Yes, he has thousands. Are they actively having conversations during the live? All thousands of them? No, fuck no. You would never, ever be able to read the chat. It would go so fast. Prove me wrong. This community is so fucking small. My whole fucking point, how many knife makers hang out? And then how many folder knife makers hang out? Apparently just fucking me and now DC. Aries makes, fixies or whatever, but I posed the question to, this was my whole fucking point. I posed the question to Fred the Lug like a fucking month ago. I was like, dude, do any other makers hang out in any of the chats? And he was like, nah, dude. Yeah, he has thousands that don't care. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about people actively doing what we're doing right now in a chat. I've never seen more than 150 actively having in-depth conversations in the chat. They might be talking at whoever is live. There might be 1,000 people making random bullshit comments. But there is not ever, there's never more than 100 or so people having active, meaningful conversations in any of these channels. And it is insane to me that no other knife makers hang out in the sense that I do, if they do. And the weird thing is I didn't fucking realize what I was doing. I mean, I'm still not doing anything at all. I'm just fucking hanging out. But it's a weird thing to think about. Like, I don't understand. Like, I know I'm a single dude. I got no family. I got no wife. Not no family, but I got no wife. I got no kids. I got no fucking real responsibilities other than me. But why wouldn't you want to be involved with the people that buy your shit? So I just don't get it. And like posting on fucking Instagram don't count to me. Like actively like hanging out, talking to people. Yeah, Paul, so that's what I'm saying. Like you can't even in those channels. But I'm saying despite the vast amount of people who buy knives or want knives or like knives, this community is insanely small, dude. Insanely small on a grand basis. And it's fucking wild to me. Like I am out of the fucking United States of America, I'm the only like high end, if you want to call me that, folder maker, frame lock folder maker that actively hangs out and is friends with all of you motherfuckers that buy our shit. Out of the whole fucking United States. Does that make any fucking physical sense? These are times where I feel like reality is not fucking real. Yeah, the quality community is very, yes, the quality community, yes, for sure. Yes, and that's what I mean though. Like, but it's so much incredibly smaller than I think it would be or should be theoretically. You know what I mean? Due to just the vast volume of shit that gets sold in people's interests. Like I could write like a fucking college thesis about this or something. I don't fucking know. Yako, think about it, man. It's a fucking weird thing. I can't believe there's 16 of you motherfuckers listening to me anyway. I mean, shit. That makes it. I mean, think about these numbers. If I'm the only folder maker that hangs out with y'all motherfuckers, and there's only 16 of you motherfuckers hanging out, shit, it went down to 15. I better stop saying motherfucker. That means there's 17 of us. Like, what? I mean, in a sense. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just, when you think about the whole fucking grand thing like that, and the fact that I've only entered this community in the last 2 years. What? It's fucking weird to me. No, I get that, Josh, but that don't mean you can't fucking grow, dude. I mean, I fucking had the internet forever, and I made fun of Ernie for hanging out on it. And now I'm the only one that has internet friends. Do you see this neck beard? It's huge. Okay? Bob, I wouldn't even know because I'm new to the community. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, how am I new to the community, but I'm the only maker fucking doing this? Again, I know I'm a fucking loser and I have no like real life. You guys make up a good portion of it nowadays. Let me tell you. So I have the time, but I also have the want, and it's not the want. Again, you see me. I don't fucking hustle my shit. People buy my shit. They buy my shit. Like whatever. I'm here to fucking not be bored. Have friends of fellow interests. I don't know. It's just a weird thing that I just went on a tangent about. I apologize, but it's a fucking odd thing to think about. And whatever. I'm cooler than most people, I guess. At least more normal, in a sense. Definitely more weird. Bob agrees. I support Bob. Vote for Bob. What else? Y'all got some. Is it because we're a fan of business? Marks to wrestling. Well, you lost me there, bud, because I've never been a wrestling fan. Marked wrestling. I understand the high art of I am the mark. Marks to wrestling. I know what the heel is. But we are, well, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm a fan of the business. I'm a fan of selling art to people who appreciate it and being a person of my own character and not fucking putting on a face to make money. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. I'll fucking burn this business down like I had the fucking tattoo shop threatened to get burned down. I don't give a fuck, dude. I will stand for what I stand for because I'm not a piece of shit. That's the thing, though. Like, I'm trying to break into making some scratch, feel me? Because I would like to do this for a full-time living. I mean, granted, I don't do anything else, but I'm not necessarily accruing any profit here. Baby steps to the office door, baby steps to the stairs. What about Bob? But yeah, I am a fan of being organically into the community, the same sense I was into the tattoo community when I was into it. Feel me? Like, sure, I went to shows and shit, but 99% of my bread was local. We were a street shop. We were open at one point we were open 7 days a week. Went down a little bit over the years, but I was, I had known people. I had seen people. I had tattooed people as 15-year-olds and then watch them have fucking 5 kids. You know what I mean? Like, I was ingrained into it personally, physically, presence wise. I knew these people, I knew their history. Uh, you know, as far as repeat customers, you know what I mean? Like, I'd watch these people age and grow. I watched people get old. I watched people fucking die. Uh, so it was like, this is a totally different thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't fucking know. I mean, yeah, we are Knife Super. Well, you guys are Knife Super fans. I'm like a art super fan that appreciates knives and learned how to make them. Because I was never a collector, but that's always because I was poor too, though. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I am a super fan, I guess. But I mean, there's so I got a list of fucking knives I can't buy, dude. Too many. They're too expensive. Exactly, just man. Now I feel you, Greg V. I've had a bunch of people that are into it. It just was never my thing. I'm like Mad Yaka. I could never be because I would never I could never put the money into it because I was, well, I don't know, poor kid, grew up poor mentality, lived life like I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, and I've grown and changed a little bit in my older age or whatever, but uh, yeah. So I was never like a collector of anything, even despite being a fan. Um, yeah, you can't be ruled by the community. That's for sure, man. I mean, the community's got to be, copacetic. Feel me? I don't believe in rule, man. I'm a fucking anarchist. We would all just like fucking be cool, honey bunny. Uh, we wouldn't need rule, but we can't be ego and whatnot. Pride always hurts and it never helps. Yeah, go me too, man. But yeah, so like I don't know, man. Last 2 years have been fucking cooler than I thought it would be, man. Me and Ernie, I learned how to make fucking Foley knives. And I thought I knew what I was doing, and we worked that first show. Uh, in Blade West 23. This was one of the knives from there. That sucked. Still sucks, despite looking cool. Um, and Ernie took a gamble with me. Drove out there. We made no money. Uh, came back empty-handed. Learned more. Started last year. Started slinging shit. Started fucking getting online, meeting y'all, and fucking here we are, man. It's been what is it? Holy shit! It's December 1st today. What the fuck? So yeah. So since I've officially been in the folder realm, it's been about 2 years exactly because I sold my first vapor December of 23 uh, to the homie, and he bought number 2 as well. So he has the first 2 vapors. And then enter January 24, I sold my first. Well, I didn't sell it, but I made Ripley number 1, and I sold Ripley number 2 in like April or so to Stevie. He didn't get it till June for Blade. But yeah, he was the first one that bought a Ripley. Um, the power loader. So yeah, dude. I mean, I've really only been in this bitch for like fucking 2 years. Bob, be cool, honey bunny. Josh, I appreciate you. Josh, you also get to give me some material if you want me to build your knife, homie. I got a bar of fucking Thailand down there. Waiting for your shit, G. No rush. I mean, that's on you. I'm still working on other stuff. You're not holding me up, but you're definitely making yourself wait. Yeah, the power loader. That's right. Did you ever see Stevie's power loader? If not, either go to his page or if you Google me and said Stevie, you'll probably pull up the fucking video that he made on it, or I can send you a pic. But shit, you never did? Oh, fuck, dude. The power loader, man. So Stevie's got one of the only liner lock Ribleys that are out there. First liner lock Ribley. And, well, official. The one I just showed is technically, that's a liner lock, but that's before I fucking dialed them in. That was back in the day. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. If you don't want to look it up, tell me, and I'll fucking, you don't know. Can you? Yeah, I'll send you a pic, dude. Wait, are we friends on Instagram? Let me know. If we are, yeah, I'll send you a pic. His knife is fucking ridiculous. I got some hair up my ass. I mean, he asked me to make him a knife, and then I told him I had ideas, and I asked him if he wanted to see it or if he wanted it to be a surprise. And Stevie always fucking opts for the surprise. I don't know. Can you know it's a reference? No. Now you just got me confused, Bob. It is a power loader. Yes, it's a reference. But it's also the name of his knife. But you got me confused. Anyway, so I got a hair up my ass, and I decided to build him something that I thought would represent the power loader that Ripley fights the Queen in, and which is, it's like the black and yellow. They're loading fucking missiles with it. Oh, Josh, you got to handle it? Nice, dude. Ain't it smooth? Yeah, Bob. Yeah. All right, so yeah. It is, yeah. Man, still, you're speaking too vague for me. Do you understand? But yeah, so I got a hair on my ass. I built that shit, and it was black and yellow, and the fucking handles were basically, what were they, 26 or 28 piece fucking glued together G10 fucking black and yellow handles. Fucking ridiculous. Stevie Paul Mills, are you still here? Stevie's knife, despite the materials being cheaper than yours, you got, well, due to circumstance and whatever, I mean, you got a pretty good deal on your knife because I fucked up. But Stevie, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and it was the first one. Yeah, so you're sorry. As much as I bitch about your knife, Paul, Stevie's knife, so because he's the first one that bought a Ripley, that was before, yeah, again, I sold this 2 Vapor set guy, but I had no one knows who I am. I had no fucking sales. I was not selling fucking folders. You know what I mean? So when Stevie ordered one, like Stevie's got clout. I made friends with him. I thought he was cool. He met me at that Blade show. Thought I had potential. And then months later, when he decided to put his trust in me and build one, I just fucking kind of tweaked out on it and went extra. And Paul, you think I always bitch about how I lost my ass on your knife due to me fucking some shit up and other circumstances? But dude, I lost my ass on Stevie's knife, man. God damn. I should have charged Stevie fucking double for that knife. Work time wise. Which I just find funny, now. I didn't even fucking think about that for fucking a year or whatever, how much time or effort and shit I put into wasted material because I was just trying to learn and put out something cool that would get respect. And that was my whole fucking point. I told Ernie when I figured out how to make, when I first learned how to make fucking frame locks and liner locks, I made the ones that I made for this show. And I didn't sell them because they sucked. Like this thing fucking has no detent, feel me? Other than that, this knife's solid as a motherfucker. Other than having no detent, it's solid as fuck. I mean, there's shit, you know, plunge could be better, grind could be better, you know, a bunch of random shit like that or whatever. But mechanically, other than the detent, fucking solid. Where was I fucking going with that? Totally just lost my train of thought. Oh, the fucking paring knife I just made him? Nice, dude. Dude, I'm glad, man. I mean, he seemed to like it, and he hit me up pretty soon after I sent it to him. And he said he was fucking digging using it. And then a couple days later, he was like, "Dude, my kid can't stop using it." His daughter, and yeah, I don't know, man. I'm glad he digs it, man. I'm happy he likes it. I'm happy he's happy. Where was I going when I just brought up my old knives again? What the fuck was I talking about? That's right, Bob. I have no idea where it was. I totally lost my fucking train of thought. Oh, yeah, he will, man. He will. He will, especially after I make this one for Fred the Lug coming up in fucking February. Fred wants some fucking more carving and shit like I did for B&A's chest buster. I really don't know where I was going with the whole train of thought, why I brought up that knife again. If anybody has any idea where I was trying to go, why I brought that up for reference, man, I would love to know. Because it is fucking gone. I guess I was talking about it being a pain in the ass to build. Yeah, no, that shit is gone. Totally lost my train of thought. Fuck, dude, it's 2 a.m. here. What the fuck? That's fucked up. Oh, the respect. Mad Yako. God damn it. That's why you're my boy. So, you know, Ernie fucking, you know, he thought it was cool. I was making fixies and shit for the 4 or 5 years prior to me making folders. But when I learned how to do these, and then when we went to that show and I met, honestly, it was when I met, despite people I followed who I knew made much, much better shit than I did. You know what I mean? The people I aspired to or looked up to at the time, blah, 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 blah. But at this show, I met Shane from Scorpion Six Knives. And I don't know if you guys were aware of Scorpion Six Knives. The dude makes boss shit. Not all of his shit is aesthetically what I like. Like, I want to personally purchase a lot of his shit just because I don't like the way it looks. But all his shit is fucking top tier and badass. Anyway, I met Shane at that show. And I saw his Veps 2. And if you're not familiar, fucking look that shit up. He doesn't make it anymore, but I will fucking con somebody out of one someday to get one. Josh, he's the shit, and his work ethic is second to fucking none. This dude gets all my respect. Anyway, met him at this show in 23. But I didn't take any of my knives off the table, which these all sucked, so it didn't matter. But I did have my, I like to call it my bucket of bolts, proto on me. I was like, oh, blah, blah, I've been following you. Yes, Veps 2, exactly. I've been following you. yada, yada, yada. This is my first show ever. Been making fixies. Just learned how to make folders. You know, I showed him fucking my proto. You know, he gave me some advice. Said he liked the design. You know, it was a pretty short-ish interaction. You know, it wasn't like any life-changing thing. However, I got to play with his knives. And his knives are the first custom folders I had ever held. And now, granted, he makes fucking, despite aesthetics, he makes fucking user knives, dude. That dude makes knives to kick the shit out of them. And they work. They work very fucking well. And just holding his versus my own at the time, considering I had just literally learned to make these, like, I made this one maybe 5 months before that show. And then I made a couple friction folders, and I sold maybe 2 of those. And then I made this one and a few others that I took to that show that I didn't sell. Because I was like, oh, I know how to make folders. I'm going to fucking go work a knife show and drive fucking 20 hours of my life away. But when I saw Shane's knives, sorry, I'm fucking long-winded. When I saw Shane's knives, I met him, and I got to hold a true fucking handmade, in-house, custom-made knife for the first time in my life. I knew what mine lacked. I didn't know how to do it yet, but I knew what mine lacked. So I told Ernie I was not going to sell any of my folders. Like, I mean, we had already been, you know, the show was already over. We didn't sell anything. It was like we were there an extra day because we spent too much time there. Long story short. By the time we got back home and shit, we talked a bunch on the way home and shit. And I was like, dude, I'm going to dial this in, and I'm not going to sell these until they look like I've been selling them for like years already. And granted, if you go and look at my number one Ripley and compare it to, say, like Smock's here, you know, I've definitely grown a lot since number one. But I feel like I did accomplish what I set out to do. I learned through an extra whole fucking year of working the shit out and talking to several makers that fucking gave me tips and made me dial in some things. I was like, I wasn't going to sell anything until they're fucking good. And I felt like I accomplished that shit. And that was the whole thing with the respect thing. Like, I didn't want to just make knives to sell and make money. I wanted to make sure people respected my craftsmanship before they respected me enough to give me their money. That was the whole fucking long-winded point of that. My bad. But I feel like I did that. And granted, I'm still not like established enough. I mean, I have enough technical book sales if I could make them fast enough to make a living. But I feel like because I spent the time to tune it in and learn what the fuck I was doing before trying to ever sell them. So there are no knives out there. Like, despite, and I'm talking aesthetics on number one and maybe whatever. But like, other than some things I changed where I like made my chamfers deeper and they're like more exact or whatever, I have no qualms with any of the folders I've put out. And that was my goal. Like, I could not imagine if I was at this point and I put out knives like I put out my first tattoos, to where I look back and I'm like, don't show me that. Don't show me that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't do that on purpose because I did that tattooing. And that was just the way of tattooing. You know, you have to learn, man. You have to just, and due to the nature of it, you know, it's live people, you know, you have to just put yourself out there. But with the knife thing, I didn't have to put myself out. I could have been selling folders for fucking $300 to $500, even though they were fucking shitty. I could have been doing that fucking a year or two prior, but I fucking chose not to because it's fucking gross to me. So yeah, And I think I can fucking accomplish that. So as far as where I am very happy with where I am. Still learning. I'm still, kind of dialing in, my shit, it's going to change a little bit over time. I mean, they're pretty fucking close still, but, minor differences, slight angle changes, you know, and I'm just looking forward to fucking keep doing it. It's fucking cool. It's fun. You guys don't suck. And, yeah, man. I just want to put out nice shit and not fuck people over. Oh, the level. I don't know. Why do you guys let me babble when I'm drunk? It's fucking embarrassing. Yeah, Scorpion 6, bro. Yep, that's exactly right. Love it what you're putting out, man. Well, thanks, dude. I mean, like, I don't really even fucking. That's the other thing. I don't know because, like, as I was getting into making folders, despite me following, like, maybe a handful of custom folders over the years, I didn't really know shit about it, man. I had never held one until I had never held a custom frame lock until I made one. So it's just kind of been a weird fucking journey for me, man. Paul, I tattooed for tattooed for 11 years. I pierced for 10 years prior. Well, I pierced the whole time, so technically I'm still piercer, so 20 fucking 3 years. But yeah, started piercing officially when I officially started piercing, and then about 10 years in ish, I started tattooing. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate you, man. Is that why you're waiting? You're just holding off on sending me that shit? You just need to you're like, oh, 3 more down the line, it'll be even better, man. Are you just holding out? You trying to fuck everybody else over? I love it. He's like, nah, man, he's still working on skills, getting that skill up, man. So Chamfer's about to be mighty crispy after 3 more. I don't know what that early, bro. Well, you better send me your fucking material then, motherfucker. God damn. Could have already started on that shit. You hope I know how to make your t-shirt. What does that mean, Bob? Don't get all cryptic on me now. It's a little late for that shit. Oh, okay. That's time. I mean, shit, yeah. I ain't no Betsy Ross, but I'll figure it out. I got ideas. I got a sewing machine. I just ain't using motherfucker yet. Are you wearing a fucking wire then? Or what does that mean? He's definitely a cop. Yeah, I figured it was something like that, man. I'm just giving you shit. Yeah, dude, no rush, man. I don't give a fuck. You're in the queue, man. When you send me your shit, I'll get started on it. Until then, shit's chilling and ready, man. But yeah, dude, custom book spots are like that, man. Like you guys know, I gotta make shit in between. But I do work all the book spots in order from what I took them. And, man, I just fucking work through them. Wish I could do them faster for everybody, but that'll come in time. I learned to stop stressing about that, focusing on my attention to detail and quality and shit. I know the time thing sucks dick. Also, before I started making folders, I was on a fucking wait list for a maker. And won't even blast his name right now because it's just sad. But and I don't even really. It wasn't even. I don't really even blame him. You know, I don't really like put him at fault, if you will. Anyway, I just felt like the dude kind of did what I did and took on too much when he first started having book spots, and then just didn't handle it well. And I ended up just never getting a knife from him. But he was one maker that took deposits from people. Feel me? And told me I was looking at like a 6-month wait. 5 years later, I never had a knife. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do that to anybody. That's why I don't take fucking deposits. So like the wait time blows, but I will fucking get to you and I will build you a knife. It's just my shit is slow. Josh, that's how I feel, man. You give me a little time to learn and the fucking means to learn. I'll fucking do anything I'll put my fucking mind to, man. I just want a damn shirt. We'll get you a shirt, Bob. We'll get you a shirt. Yeah, Paul's like, I watched the whole thing go down, as a fucking follower and all that shit, and him coming up as a maker at the time, blah 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 blah. But they did suck, dude. I was real sad about it, and that dude's dead now, and I still never got one of his knives, and I'm still sad about it. I did get to meet him and shit a couple times from working shows once I started being a maker myself, which was really cool because that dude helped me a bunch. Not a bunch, but a bunch. Anyway, but yeah, no, I never got one, man. I still want to get one, despite having played with them, and they weren't really up to what I wanted them to be. That's fucking vague, and I'm sorry. But he's cool. I don't want to be an asshole because he's dead. Anyway, I'm going to smoke this fucking bowl here. It's about halfway. I'm going to smoke this, and I'm going to piece the fuck out. I'm really not even fucking tired, which is fucked up, dude. I don't know what's wrong with me. So, was it last night? Yeah, dude, last night. Got fucking beers as usual. I ate 2 gummies last night during the movie we were watching. And dude, it was like fucking 1:30 in the morning. I was on fucking 3 gummies at that point because I ate 2 during the movie, but 1 earlier. Smoked shit tons of weed as I always do. Drank fucking 6 fucking high alcohol beers like I usually do. Felt fucking stone sober. Like I just could not get fucking like inebriated yesterday. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was up to like fucking 2:30 in the morning. I woke up at fucking 7 o'clock this morning, and I've just been up since. And it's 2:15 again, and not that tired. It's not good, people. I think that's insomnia or something. Could be part of alcoholism. I ain't got no shakes though. My shit is steady as a motherfucker. No horrors here. But it's been cool kicking it. Super fucking random, I know. Again, as usual, only really plan to go live for like 20 minutes and say like some silly drunk shit, and then ended up fucking bullshitting with y'all. Josh, yeah, exactly, dude. Or it just cancels everything else out. So it's like, zing! Hello, guys. Would you like me to make you some breakfast, some lunch? Perhaps fold your laundry? But she won't give it to me. I'm not crazy. But I appreciate y'all kicking with me, man, all late night and shit, man. Again, I was just bored, not ready to go to bed. Yeah. I'm gonna try to con somebody into buying this from me. I gotta redraw it. The handle needs to be bigger. Let's see if Grateful wants to buy it. Can you guys see that? So like, the handle needs to be a little bigger. I think another like inch on that handle would probably be good for the size of the blade. But I'm talking about doing like a full titanium bolt-on bolster. So you can break the whole thing down, bolt-on scales. Crazy fucking crowned skull crusher thing on it. What do you guys think? A little traditional on the blade shape. But, I don't know. I drew it up. How long overall? So, with extending the handle a little bit, because the handle's a little short, I think like the grip is straight up like 4.5 on it. And for the size of that kind of fucking blade, you need a little more, maybe like a 5-inch grip area, and you need a little bigger hands and stuff. But I was going to go with I was going to do 13 or 14 inches on the blade. And then, yeah, probably 4.5, 5 to 5.5 on the handle. So pretty much 20 inches overall or so. So, you know. Pretty big. Telephone call. That's communication with the outside world. Doctor's discretion. Huh. If all these loons could just make telephone calls. They could spread insanity. Spreading to the oozing to all the ears of all these poor, sane people. It's all on the TV right there. Look, listen, kneel, pray. Yeah, I know it was a random thing. A while back, somebody hit me up. They had an idea that was not really that, but I drew that. And they were like, oh, that's fucking crazy. Way different than I wanted or anything I thought of. And then, no, they weren't trying to pay for that. So I just stayed a sketch. I ended up making them a chef knife. Yeah, I just want to make a, something you like lop somebody's leg off with or something. You know what I mean? That'd just be fun. I mean, I want to make a wakizashi, but like that's just too much work right now. I ain't got no time for that. Anyway, abrupt ending because fuck, dude, it's already 2:20 here. I got shit to do tomorrow. I gotta mail these goddamn. I still ain't even sorted out these boxers shirts. I gotta do that shit in the morning. Josh, didn't we talk about this? I think we did. It needs to be 6 inches. This is minimal fucking dimensions. It's got to be 2 inches wide by 6 inches long by at least 3/16. So 0.187. 2 by 6 by 3/16. minimum for the one handle. If you want to use that as the back spacer, you're going to want to get at least 3 to 4 inch wide, still 6 inch long, but then you're going to want to get like 1/4 inch wide, because then I can sand it down for the scale, but leave it thick to be able to use it for the back spacer. Feel me? If you need me to clarify past tonight, please email me, because I won't fucking remember. Josh, yeah, unless you want it for the back spacer too, then it needs to be 1/4 inch. All right, my lovely spooky ghosty friends. Yeah, man, good fucking kicking it. No agenda. It's pretty organic tonight. You all definitely got me on some fucking drunk ramblings about some personal shit that I fucking barely remember already. Gonna have to rewatch this now. Fucking embarrassing. Much love. Thanks for kicking it. See you for Metal Mondays with old silly ass Pocket Metal. Hopefully I don't piss him off again. He got real mad at me about hating on Pat on him. Love you, PM. All right. Goodbye. Shit, I have to do it twice. Double buttons. Goodbye. Let's get it.